So just looking a bit more broadly, at as we go through this software transformation, and the nature of relationships between OEMs and their customers sort of change. You know, how can you point to any ways in which you see that changing? So auto manufacturers and OEMs at the moment may be relying on a single transaction and a big fee, and then a limited relationship with consumers during the life cycle of the vehicle. Is that going to change, do you think, with software transformation?
Yes and no. Definitely, the OEMs will need to know, and they will know their customers way better than they do today, and way more in detail, because they collect the data, they know their behavior, they can analyze their behavior, and therefore they can definitely propose the next best action. They can propose additional services. They can react and adapt like the driver maybe does.
Yeah.
If you're getting kids, you need rear seat entertainment. Suddenly, if you go on vacation, you might have some more horsepower in your engine, because you can enjoy that decent ride then. And if you know your customers well, you can offer those things as well. And therefore, yes, definitely the exchange between the OEM and the customers will change for sure.
Yeah, because it feels like there's an opportunity from what you said there for the auto manufacturers to sort of reimagine that relationship with consumers. So rather than it becoming just transactional, there is a real relationship between the brand and the consumer.
Um, yeah, but from my perspective, the reimagination is being done from the outside mainly.
Yeah,
There is so many trend scouts and so much advertising, so much movies about future behavior, things like that. This is really something which is disrupting the market. Of course, each and every OEM has their own department, which is just trend scouting and checking what of those can get reality, how much effort will it need, how much benefit might we get out of it, and taking those into decisions. But the pathway how to get there and the visions themselves, I think they are more reimaginated from outside and not really driven from within the OEMs. So
that's
the biggest push for sure, and this is what we've seen in the past, is that the biggest push will come from the new entrants, because with the software in their DNA, they just make things happen
yeah.
that seemed impossible before, and then the other one have to follow.
Right. Yeah. So for some of the OEMs, it's more a case of keeping up with expectations rather
Exactly.
than jumping ahead. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
interesting.
absolutely.
Yeah, and you've spoken there about the new entrants being a step ahead. Just looking at the existing OEMs in the marketplace, do you see a large range of diversity? Those that are almost leading versus those that are behind and laggards, or are they all relatively at the same stage?
No, there are some that are ahead and some that may be behind. Also from the legacy they take with them, or they care as a heavy load, which just a game changer now if you want to accelerate. So from my perspective, I can only judge mostly for the German OEMs. This is my spectrum. If you ask me, there BMW is definitely kind of in front of the others because they do remote software updates since 2 years, and they are also in the position to even update the whole vehicle. Um, then they becomes the Volkswagen Group, VW. They just announced that they can now from July on also do the remote updates. They will push them every 12 weeks, and even at least for a majority of their ECUs. And then, if we're talking about Daimler, they say that they can do over-the-air updates, but to be honest, they just update parts of their infotainment, uh, which is not
Yeah.
really a brainer. So besides that, it's quite silent. And from my perspective, that being able to update, that is the key to being able to be reactive and to get that speed and acceleration, and reacting to the people's demand and customer demand. So
Yeah.
um, the race is just about to begin.
The race is on, but you think it's really just beginning? We're not midway or halfway there, or
No,
towards
no,
the
no.
end. It's just starting.
It was just a starting point, having a Tesla there, waking up all the others, and
Yeah.
now there is there's Apple in standing in front of just releasing whatever they have in mind.
Yes.
We don't know yet. It is just about to begin, and the reshaping, the reforming, that software transition, and having all the positive things with it, but also the negative things. This is
Yeah.
definitely just the beginning.
And do you feel that the OEMs are pushing the envelope enough? You mentioned Apple, who we don't know what they're doing yet, but Tesla have been around for a while. It feels that there's brands out there who are going to reimagine what a car can be, almost from the outside in. Do you feel that OEMs are doing that themselves, and are they doing that enough?
Now, yes, it really took that, or it needed that disruption,
Yeah.
because to be honest, they have that plans in their wardrobe for since ages, but there
Yeah.
was just not the push for it and not the necessity to grab them out. They were doing pretty fine in benefits, just with selling regular cars and opening new markets and pushing their cars here and there. So we are all very happy that that push just came, and but from my perspective, all of the OEMs have recognized that push, and they know that it's just about nothing less than surviving, and therefore
Okay.
they invest everything they can into the future.
To doing that, that's fantastic. And then finally, maybe you've spoken a bit about how OEMs need to become a little bit more like some of the software technology businesses. Can you point to any learnings, if you like, if you were to give an OEM top 5 things they could learn from a technology business, maybe like an Apple? Are there any things that you could point to?
Um, well, yes. What they can learn is that professionality that you can invest in delivering software, because as mentioned at the moment they're just integrating black boxes from here and there, having those running on their car, which are being produced by them, specifying their needs. And about the integration themselves, it's a manual process. So what they can learn is really that state of the art development, having everything under their control, having the source code, having the possibility to integrate that, having the pipelines being set up, to virtualize, simulate, Dockerize, cloud testing, having kind of the digital twin of the car, even in zeros and ones, in the background. And this is definitely something they need to learn to be able to survive.